And we're unmuted. Hi. Hi, chat. How you doing?
I
Currently doing things. Doing nonsense things as I remember how to play Minecraft.
hmm
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I have to go back to 120.
Okay. 1.20, my gay.
I was on 120.2. Too much.
Yep. Alrighty. Let's transition.
I
Join
am
game.
here now.
You are here now.
hmm
Where?
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
I actually need to change my skin. Give me a second.
Yeah, I see it. um.
So yeah, don't worry about it.
Hmm.
I didn't see it. Chat.
I feel like the femboy comments I've made before. They might have a little bit of a source to them.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I
I'm a bit worried. I might be feeling a tad bit uncomfortable now.
don't worry. You'll still have Noel.
I don't like those implications.
uh okay. Now it's transmission back over. Okay. Hi. Here's one of my normal skins.
I only have the cat skin.
For some reason I thought this was a rat in a tuxedo. Oh yeah, cat, cool.
If you excuse me, I shall now go drown myself.
Bitch. Anyways, as you may see, I did you do a little bit of creative mode nonsense to set a neat little starting area.
Yeah. So, which one is this? Is this your public server or is this the stream server?
Public stream server, kind of. Hi,
Hmm.
spiders. How you doing? I'm gonna die because of these spiders.
I'm beating one with seeds.
I'm gonna die. Monster Hunter. There you go.
I literally beat it to death with seeds.
My guy. I'm at 2 hearts. What do you?
Half a heart is left with don't.
Die, die. Die. My God.
Captain Sparkles back in the day. Oh my god.
Oh God. I know. So far, there's no secrets I've left throughout the world. If I decide to leave, there are, or at least not at spawn. No secrets left at spawn right now.
Mm.
So, but since this is a shots fired, I guess.
Brutality.
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 Fatality.
Mm. But
What do you want to do? Do you want to build a house? Do you want to build something?
I would like to build. There's something over there.
Oh, a shipwreck? Is that where you're
Yeah.
pointing? Yeah, I did explore
Yeah.
it. I will admit, um, I did raid that and forgot to put loot back in it, so that don't bother raiding it.
Okay.
And the loot's gone.
So
And the loot's gone
how
forever.
so how much of this server have you explored so far?
Um, I will say, since I wanted people who started out to have an easier time finding the somewhat custom biomes and not have to lag too much. I did use creative mode to fly across it to render in newer chunks.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of explored a lot of it, and in some places I have given some extra loot in certain areas.
Okay.
So if you're someone who likes to travel and likes to find certain structures, there you go.
Mm, alrighty. Have you
Alrighty.
done anything underground yet?
No, no.
Okay. Half of what I do is going to be under, so that is a good for me.
Cool. I still
I
have two
am
hearts.
I am a splunking man.
If you so the base chunks, like the starting chunks when you first load into a world, are going to be just normal biomes, normal caves, and etc. But as soon as you reach new biomes, the caves and world generation is gonna get nuts.
Gotcha.
So if you find that things look like they don't look like normal Minecraft, with when it comes to world generation, there's reasons for that.
So, did you tweak the world generation when you made the server?
I implemented some data packs.
Oh, okay.
So there's straight up like new structures, new biomes, there's
hmm
custom cave biomes, the nether is updated like
So,
crazy.
because I haven't played this version of Minecraft. Well, I haven't played 120 for. I haven't actually played Minecraft for a good bit since 119.
Okay.
Did they add in that one new mob they were talking about?
Which one?
It was like that one that you use for like excavating.
Huh?
There's one you're supposed to do for like treasure hunting or whatever. It's like a
What are you talking about, the blue fairy thing? The way?
no, it's a different thing. Almost looks like a Pokemon.
Are you talking about the glare? Or the okay. Do you know any visual details about it?
I'm going to look up a picture.
Okay, because I don't remember any specific treasure hunting mobs. I do know we have the camel. I do know in an update or two we're gonna have the armadillo.
That's cool. Let's see. Where is this?
I am using Optifine and some mild uh texture packs.
hmm
So my perspective is gonna be slightly more animated. Slightly.
Gotcha.
So if you, for example, look at my perspective on the moon from the stream, you'll see it looks a little different.
I found the picture I was looking for. Give me 1 second. So, like, yeah, there's the camel, the cherry blossoms, and there's like that one other one.
What other one?
I sent you send you a picture through Discord.
Okay. Doot. Oh, the sniffer. Yes, that's in here.
Okay, I never knew its name. I knew it back when it was like being uh
Hi.
but yeah. I don't think I can't remember. I don't think it had a name at the time I was like looking at it.
Hmm. Where did I? I don't know. I don't know. Brain cells, they don't work. They exist. So yeah, let's figure out something to do. Let's set up shop somewhere, probably near spawn. Actually,
Mhm.
hold on. Let me let me do something. That's part of what I'm doing.
Oh, nice.
Hit me, bitch. Thank you. Thank
Oh, just getting to full health.
yeah. Yay, he's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let's do some spelunking, bitch.
I was just about to say no torches.
How dare you? Why?
I don't know. We didn't have torches. Well, apparently you did.
Yeah, I grabbed a piece of coal.
I forgot about how weird the new update for Caves and Cliffs was.
Mm.
The last time I played was about the time that was introduced.
Well, welcome to 2020, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 1.20.
Let's see. There we go.
Getting an upgrade. Very cute.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just exploring, seeing what resources I could find. Or what majestic caves I can come across.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still in like the normal-ish chunks. This is a surprisingly complex cave. We're not even in the special nonsense. This is a complex cave.
I like building, like I guess literal man caves.
Mm, Not question. Are you the type of guy who builds just a absolutely massive room and calls that a base, or do you build an actual well, like
No, I filled a full-on detailed base.
okay?
I'm one of those people who like is like aesthetics with function.
mm, Okay, I just what is my luck? I found diamonds already, but I don't have a
No
crafting bench.
pickaxe.
I don't have a crafting bench to craft up a furnace or make a pickaxe. So I'm gonna have to come back
Uh,
down because I have almost everything else except one piece of wood.
if you're a person who doesn't care for TP, I have all the iron needed,
Okay,
and I have a crafting bench.
I'll use commands for like, let's say I'm in God mode and there's a dozen people online and I want to do some shenanigans,
Mm-hmm.
or what was my other word? What was the other thing I was gonna say? Or I just want to give a gift for somebody for trying to put an effort to get something and they just absolutely fail miserably, or someone takes a joke or prank too far.
Mm-hmm.
Merciful nonsense, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say. I am a merciful God.
And I already found a mob spawner.
Nice. You want? Is it a What is it?
Zombie.
Zombie? Okay. Yeah, there'll be basic XP. With a chance to get some iron or whatever.
Probably should have got food before I went down here.
Yeah, don't worry. I was thinking the same thing. I think I even mentioned it.
Well, I haven't invested too much. I'll die.
Bitch. This man said, "Yeah, I'll die."
Guess I'll die.
Oh man. Then I'm just climbing a way up.
Mhm. Hey, dude, all I had on me was stone and like 3 iron. I wasn't bringing back much.
Honestly, that's like still a decent investment to have, like beginning of the world. Or
But like the other fair part of it is too is that like it, especially because of the caves and uh cliffs and caves.
caves and
It's
cliffs.
just caves and cliffs. It's just way easier to get those kind of resources now.
Yeah.
So I don't feel too bad about losing it.
Okay.
What I'm hoping for is actually like reaching, because I haven't gotten to do much with it and I actually want to do more with it, is um that biome with like cherry blossoms if one exists in this world.
Possibly. I'm gonna die to a skeleton in a day. So give me a second.
I think I found some of that weirdness.
Oh? What does it look
I
like?
didn't I don't think I had to go too far away for it at least, or at least for this bit.
Hmm.
Um Mainly due to the fact that there's just a large chunk of the world just carved out.
Possibly. Yeah. You possibly could have found something. Yes.
There's a camp next to a portal, so
Oh,
I think I
yeah.
found
That
something.
yeah, you definitely have found something.
Yeah, I did not have to walk very far for that.
Yeah, like I said, it's not gonna be. It's the main spawn area. It's not exactly gonna be something crazy.
Nah, dude, that has advantages. Also, yay things.
Also, I will mention, when I explored the Nether to see like what the spawn area looks like and to the like unique biomes.
Is it not a good spawn?
Oh no. Spawn is fine. Uh, just there's just one thing that makes it even more interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
the Nether data pack I added raises the Nether roof.
Mm.
So normal, the normal Nether has its normal height, but as soon as you get to the newer biomes, there's just a straight lift up and a open area where you can go on top of the Nether roof of the like
Mm.
main area. So if you want to do some Nether stuff on the Nether roof without having to do any nonsense glitches, oh, there you go.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. I do need a
Yeah, this camp I found, it has a bunch of neat little things,
Neat. Very neat.
including a lantern. Is very much a custom work thing.
Yeah, it would make sense.
It also is right next to a village. But what I'm hoping for is that the village has food. It has food. Some food, actually.
Wait, are you caving or are you...
Oh, I want to get a food source before I start go caving too much.
Okay.
Because I remember that problem way too soon.
Okay.
Or way too late. Oh, and there's the cherry blossoms.
Nice.
Wow, everything I was kind of thinking of was not far away from each other.
You're welcome.
Usually this lasts a heck of... Usually this takes a lot longer.
A seedy place. Huh. Oh yeah, because I've already gotten a diamond in this world. That's right. I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna get an achievement. Yay! No, because I already did shit. Because I already played around in this world already.
You already did things. Stop thinking you can do more.
You see, you can do them again.
I want to be able to brag.
I want bragging rights, bitch. But no, I'm
Bragging
already
rights.
by I've already done things and then deleted it all because I'm because I was like, I should I really be doing this on my stream server? No, no, I really shouldn't be. At least that's what I felt I should be doing, which is not that, which is basically this, but not streaming it. 'Cause
Yeah. Let's see.
that's the whole
Pretty
point.
sure. Oh yeah, I did have a few resource packs, and none of them are compatible. Wait.
I'm just waiting for you to turn. I'm just waiting to like you for you to record your perspective, and one of them is literally just an acid trip. Nice. This skeleton said, "No, you're not walking past." And I said, "You are right. I'm not walking past. I'm walking away."
You gotta walk away from the bone zone sometimes.
Yep. I need to learn how to walk up cave stairs.
Which, by the way, in the last time at least in Bedrock, as Bedrock has the sakura trees too, they actually regenerate. They actually like regrow quicker than normal.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you mean regrow?
So, sorry, when you like plant down the sapling, it grows back a lot quicker than normal trees.
Huh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you just get more saplings on average, and it only takes one sapling to replant, which was really good.
my
was able
perspective.
to.
I'm just out here being a murderer. What are you doing?
I am trying to establish a base of operations.
Nice.
I'm also thinking maybe I should load up your stream.
Possibly.
Awesome.
Okay.
I knew the minute we were playing this, it's not going to be a
A normal.
big bump. Yeah, it's not going to be like
It's not gonna be
big
big.
jokey.
Yeah, it's not gonna be big bombastic. It's just a chill stream. And
Yeah.
with the day I've had today, it's well, it was gonna be like that anyways.
Oh yeah. For me, Minecraft, unless we get to until we get to a certain point, it just becomes like more of a this is just a more quiet, chill out kind of time.
Yeah, it's a chill time, chill hours,
Mhm.
chill out, my guy.
Chill hours of the stream.
It's a vibe, bro.
Something that I've thought about because I've seen some people do it like when they have like those downtime moments is like looking up, you know how like those like get to know somebody questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like somebody just like pulls out like the weirdest of the weird questions and they just go down that list.
No, that's funny.
Yeah. I was
Come on.
thinking about trying to find a weird list of questions
If you
so we
want to.
can delve into rabbit holes.
Oh my god. If you want to do that, go ahead. You're
Well,
you're being the co-host.
I will look down the rabbit hole.
Okay. I guess I'm starting to make this mound here. My establishment or my initial establishment. My house. I can make a couple of these. Or only one of these because I don't have enough sticks. I don't have enough shit. There we go. Uh, ooey. Actually, I have a kind of neat area to put a couple of these. It's kind of where spawn is. Yeah, that's cute. I have barely did anything, but it's cute. It's cool. Very cute. Minecraft streams are cozy, chill streams. Halo is
Oh,
what's up, bitch?
just fuck you. You fucked around and found out. Once we eventually do Armored Core, that's going to be like the
Heavy metal.
That's going to be like, what the fuck is going on? This is supposed to be an RPG. What role am I playing? The fucking victim?
I'll show you an RPG.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually found out the RPGs in that game not the are actually terrible weapons.
Ah, okay. That's not too surprising, personally.
The thing I found out about is that like while they can do like a big well, they do have like big blast radius and they do a lot of damage when they hit, they're actually too slow.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's only a couple of them that are actually really good, and one of the weapons you don't get until like 3 game playthroughs in.
Huh.
It is a
Wow. Okay, Spider. I see how it is.
the way the weapon works is that it actually delays when the miss so like they first launch out, they hang in the air for a bit, and so it's delayed. So somebody tries to react to it and they end up playing into it.
Hmm.
That and the tracking is just better on them because once they get past that slow startup, they just like go nuclear.
That makes sense. I can see something like that, yeah.
Mhm. There are so many Zambonis right now.
That's not surprising.
All I did was just try to find shower thought questions.
Mm.
Damn it!
There's your shower thought. How did you get shot?
I fucked around and found out.
That you did, boy. That you did. But yeah, I did not realize how cute that actually looks from the distance. Just like seeing a little camp campsite with just a couple logs around a campfire.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah. All right. I've got some shower thought things just to kind of soothe this over for a bit.
Okay.
Here's one of them. People who don't lock their doors at night feel safer than people who do lock their doors at night.
Huh?
So,
Where
yeah, so people who
I want to know, where is that question based out of? Like
cuz even if it's like even if it's not a valid way of thinking at all, it's technically true.
hmm.
Cuz even the reaction you gave like shows that like the people who do feel comfortable leaving their door unlocked are the people who feel safer.
I
Whether
guess
that's justifiable is
is a different.
completely up in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, here's this one. You only hear about its leaning tower and never anything else about Pisa.
That is actually very true because do you know anything about Pisa?
No, I only know about the leaning tower.
Yeah, yeah.
I I can't think of another thing off of my head. I,
Yeah,
honest to God, I can't even remember where the leaning tower of Pisa actually is.
I don't I think it's in like what? I don't want to say it's in. Is it in Greece?
Think so?
Do you want
I
to?
just don't think about that place very much. I know the leaning tower, and if it is talking about, and if it is in Greece, I don't. I just don't associate. Maybe I just don't associate Greece with anything but the leaning tower.
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, you could
Mm.
double check because like we do have the Mandela effect thing where it's just like, oh yeah, we think this is here when in reality it's somewhere else entirely.
Hmm.
Or like we thought this person died here at this point, but they've actually been alive longer than we thought, or whatever.
Actually, on a weird note, which I just remembered, did you know that Danny DeVito played the Penguin?
I, you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that he
Yeah,
did.
he played the Penguin in Batman Returns.
Huh? Neat.
I never thought we'd have a more perfect casting. That man is a little goblin.
He is a goblin, and he's got a goblin of a career. Like, oh my god.
The man has all the man has random moments of Riz, and that's about it. Because again, the name Danny DeVito is S tier, but his physical form is F.
It's like, okay, it's like his parents were like, they came across the name Danny and realized it would work so well with their name DeVito. And was like, oh my god, that would be a cool name, and our kid will be really will have a nice character because people like to believe the idea of like, but yeah, if you get a name helps describe a person's personality, whatever, and people try to give them such a unique name that's like they become their own person, and it's usually not a bad idea.
I'm one of those people who says that he should have been Danny Dorito.
I don't know about their last name, but to be fair, Danny has become such an influential entity, uh,
Oh
as I
yeah.
may say, as I just might say, words, things I can't speak. I'm tired. I'm a sleepy boy. I came into work at 10 and I started my shift today at 10 and I was the first person on carts and was alone on carts for about 20 minutes right after we opened. And you might think, oh yeah, that's not that bad. Like you're just walking around kind of being bored and waiting for carts to show up. No, members are vultures. The members
Oh
were,
yeah.
oh my god. These
That's the one
customers,
thing I dislike. It's always like, hey, can you just like wait a second for me to put these away before you take them all? It would
yeah,
allow me to speed up the process.
yeah, I had I had like 20 minutes of 20 minutes or so before anyone came out and like for in some cases like yeah no that's not a lot of time but how quickly carts just disappeared. Okay, that's all gone. All the boys are gone. All the boys in the yard.
Actually, while we've got this question, well, this time, you want to ask me any questions about Target and how bad that was?
Okay, I don't really have any off the top of my head. Is there any
Hmm.
like common questions that I've yet to ask that people do ask that or something? I don't know.
So here's something that happened for a while, and this is a big thing of confusion, especially because it has to do with the return policy.
Okay.
So, certain items they have their own return policies every now and again. So, like electronics items can have them, everything else can have them. That's normal.
Yeah.
Like normal, it's like 90 days. You have the red card, it's 120.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the red. If you own the red card and you bought it with the red card, then it extends the return dates of any item you got, besides electronics items, a little bit further.
Damn, that's actually kind of cool.
The problem is the red card's not does not have a very good security
That makes sense.
because I have during that time, and it became it was sort of a problem for like the people I was working for because they were like, "Hey, I need you to advertise the red card more. I need you to really hammer away at those." And I'm like, it's kind of hard because the card has such a bad reputation for being like the main one that scammers would get into.
Yeah,
So the problem is that I can't advertise it now because of how well known uh
it's like poor
the
quality it
security
is.
is around it. Even if like it's was a problem with the customer from the get-go, it's just like it's become such a well-known thing that it's harder to advertise for it because people just know that it wasn't secure.
Yeah,
How how that came to be because people are probably going to care less about the card because it's like it's just a card that attaches to like your debit a debit account. It doesn't become a new account
Yeah.
if you get the debit card one. If you get the credit one, then it does become its own account. But the other way is that you can only pay off the card by going to a store.
Hmm.
It doesn't go through a bank affiliate.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
And the other thing too is that you can't see, and this is a common question I've been asked, was like, "Hey, can I, can you check the balance for me?" And I'm like, "No, I can't. You actually have to get the balance checked on a slip that is sent to you." So your bank statements become extremely important because you have to. That's like one of the only ways you can see the bank statements.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
I don't. I never got to have one because I tried to get mine through temporary checks. Turns out temporary checks don't work because the machines actually don't like the size of temporary checks, so they deny them, even though they're still valid as a normal check.
Huh.
So you can't get the debit card one with the temporary. You have to use real one, which costs like one book for me, which is like 300 checks, costs $35.
Damn.
So it just wasn't worth it. And even when I eventually did get a checkbook, it just still wasn't worth it.
Damn.
The other problem is that employee discounts can only use their discount with a red card or cash.
Ah.
So in reality, your discount is actually 15%. But if you try to use the discount with anything else, Target denies it.
That's okay. Very
We
flashy
found,
flashy
yeah.
stores, poor management policies and etc. etc.
Mhm.
and etc. Okay. I never really knew like the disagreements or the like hate towards Target, but I understand.
It's a lot of things. Target operates, and a lot of retail stores operate in this
Yeah.
kind of thing. But they teach you. Target has its own weird policies. It's all about like more. They expect to lose people, so they don't put in enough like bonuses or stuff like that to keep people around. They just kind of have worked. They work on the way of cycling people out with not. They just work in this cycle of, oh, we're going to lose people, so we're just not going to care as much. But we're also going to make the workloads bigger and bigger, and we're going to find ways to downsize it.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Like, it's one of the reasons why when I was working, I got mad when I would be frustrated when I'd hear people say, "Oh, I don't I don't want to use self checkout because I'm trying to protect your job as a cashier." And I'm like, "Do you understand that like half of the entire department is gone because nobody was able to notice the effort on their part? So they gave it to the front and they gave it to a they gave a whole department's worth of job to one man who works in the front, but they didn't give extra pay
Yeah,
to anybody."
that is dumb.
Yeah. One of those was a leadership position, by the way. That whole thing was missing. That and like half of the jobs you see at Target being done, specifically at smaller targets, because smaller targets are naturally like kind of circumcised. So like a if you went to a bigger store, you will see like five people doing a job,
Yeah.
doing like one specific part of like a department.
Hmm.
If you go to a smaller one, like one in that's like a part of a small strip mall or something,
Yeah.
you're going to end up with one that has only one person to do a five-person job.
That's ugh.
And they will give you insane quotas.
Hmm. Good thing my first job is kind of decent. Nice.
Oh yeah. It's it's a big bag of worms.
Yeah.
Obviously, my management was horrible, and that's why I hated my job more. Because while I did work there, it was my reasons for hating it. Because no matter where you go, corporate's kind of scummy anywhere.
Yeah,
That's not really a.
yeah,
It,
it's
it
not the
doesn't matter
best.
what job you have. If it's if your job is corporate somewhere, then you're gonna run into scummy bits every now and again. That's unfortunately just a part of it. I wish it wasn't, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
But some corporates are worse, and while I think Target is one of the slightly better of the worst.
Mm. It's like,
So like, if I had to pick between it and Walmart, I pick Target.
yeah.
Because so like in Oregon, there was like a factory that was like I think went up in flames, and the Walmart, like the corporate staff at some point, and I heard this from some people who were working there at the time, that it was expected of them to still be operating in some fashion
Wow.
while it was technically a chemical fire.
Yeah, no one's gonna be working in that.
It was, and that was all secondhand knowledge. So how much of that is true, I'm not very privy to, but I can almost believe that it would be the case only because of how like bad corporate can be sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I've heard about people like bosses dating regular employees, then specifically like giving them more shifts and shit like that just because of like bias against them, stalking them, shit like that. I've heard the whole spectrum on corporate jobs.
I forget what is it? Oh, hi, players. Oh, I
What's
forget.
up?
I'm trying to remember. There's a specific button for Optifine where you can just. Is it Z? No. There's a. Hi, chat. I want to get out of chat. Why? No. Oh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, chat perspectives can be looked at. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to use Zoom because I'm using Optifine right now. Oh, yeah, see, so yeah, I was trying to use Zoom, because I'm using Optifine, and yeah. Speaking of, I see a cutout of landmass.
Mm,
I'm just trying to trim down some of the forests around so I can get add some woods. I'm destroying the woods to gather the woods.
net. I'm currently in a snow biome,
Nice.
but yeah, uh, it's just kind of bland. The target bit of like, if you wanted to use like your discount, the way that some people went about it was that because Target gift cards specifically and cash are treated kind of the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just load up a gift card with how much cash you want to use in it, and then use it as like your allowance for like your pay period.
That that's a
Because it
that's one way to do that.
because it qualifies for the discount, so that way you can keep that money separate. And depending on the store you go to, if it's $5 or less, you can actually get that money pulled out.
Hmm.
But that varies based on state, because in some states it's illegal.
Okay then, that's interesting.
I found out about that because for our location, we thought it was legal. And it turns out that we were doing it illegally. And corporate just never told us that.
Carver just didn't give a shit.
No, we didn't know. And later on um we had to get told. That was fun.
Ah, yes, of course. Being scolded is great.
Oh yeah.
I love my texture pack for the sun and moon because it makes it an actual block and not a cute pixel art. and it's not like poor design choices. It is actually like a cool looking moon, and it actually looks like uh today looks like a nice quality for today's Minecraft textures.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to get a new resource pack, just because the one I have right now is not. The ones I have are not meant for this version of Minecraft.
It's fine. I
But
can actually share mine if you want to have a understanding of what I'm looking at.
yeah, we can share that at some point.
Yeah.
But so going into it just a little deeper, because I didn't even tell you about the part that I was actually wanting to. I started that whole rant off with.
Don't worry, it's fine. That's how streams go sometimes.
Yeah. So have you ever heard so you know like how like Costco has Kirkland, Walmart's got like the Great Value brand.
Uh, Target's got something like that, right?
So for Target specifically, and this applies to like their actual this applies to one article of clothing. This applies to kids clothing. So like
Okay.
Cat and Jack. So Cat and Jack has its own return policy
Oh.
because it's meant that like if your child if it's a little weird. I've kind of forgotten a little bit certain bits about the policy only because I haven't worked there for a while. But if like not if the child outgrow if the child like you can return them within a certain period of time if you have the receipt
Mm-hmm.
specifically.
Mm-hmm.
You can return it and get a similar style of clothing if it's torn up.
Huh. Interesting.
So you can return it for like the same value, but just it has to be either the exact same or something close to it.
Okay. That's interesting. I guess that's
Yeah.
nice.
The thing was that a lot of people actually, on like Facebook groups and stuff like that, they took advantage of the policy. And because of the awkward wording around it, which what I said wasn't the exact wording, that's just the way that I'm able to remember it at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of people took that as, oh, that means that we can get our child the next size up so that we can just get free clothing for each stage of
Growth.
their growth. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So people just abused it to such an extent that it was like actually affecting the sales of Cat and Jack. So Cat and Jack
Wow.
actually got the company Cat and Jack actually got mad at Target for allowing that to happen.
When their wording just sucks.
Yeah.
Like that's a if for business wise,
The
like
thing is that the wording is definitely awkward, but you can it was it was also like something that was because there are Facebook groups for like some mother. Yeah, I think it was like a group of mothers or something that started the whole thing, and it was they realized how awkward the wording was, so they found it as they kind of took it as like a loophole to get like clothes for their kids without having to pay for it.
yeah,
It's just as long as whatever they got was in that same range.
yeah, that same loophole setting.
Yeah. So they abused the hell out of it for I think 2 years.
God damn.
So like every Target location was kind of getting abused, and Cat and Jack finally discovered what it was, and they're like, "How did you not realize that this was a scam that was going on?"
Yeah, no, that's
Because
on you
Target is like
guys.
their only platform for sales, so it's like, how the hell did nobody realize that was happening?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because they shouldn't have worded their thing so terribly.
Yeah.
Because what I said about the policy is very similar to what the policy actually is. Like,
Yeah,
The
I
policy is just vague enough that you can understand why some people would mistake it that way, and also why people could then abuse it that way.
yes. Taking spiders. Good.
But yeah, so eventually we had to crack down on it really hard because of how bad it was getting.
Yeah, I mean,
So at a
really,
certain point, because like people would even then start returning clothes without their receipts, and we'd have to credit them back the money. So then there was even less money in circulation.
yeah.
Because again, Target has like a yes men policy essentially. At least my Target did.
Hmm.
My Target had like, because of like bad managers, we had like, a yes men policy to everything, and I would be like, I would actually be called into offices if I just said no to something or if I wanted to double check something about like pricing or anything. So I always had to override them and just give them money.
God, that's so
Didn't
annoying.
matter whether it was truthful or not. Hell, I even had the first week I started working at my Target, I got somebody who willingly admitted that they had cocaine in their bag and that they needed to hide it better next time. And somehow my manager did not expect me to be freaked out.
I,
They actually gave me a talking to because they said, Riley, you can't freak out like that.
okay. I, I understand at like a corporate level or like a business level, like, yeah, no, we don't want people to freak out on something like that because
I
we don't
I
want
didn't
people to
freak
freak
out,
out.
like, I didn't break down. I just kind of like froze for a second when he said it.
Yeah,
And you could tell that I was like getting uncomfortable. I was very visibly uncomfortable. The person who was like communicating that to me was not, didn't seem to have a care in the world about the fact that they just admitted having drugs. But it
yeah.
was but it was just like, as a person who just got out of high school and was working their first job, that was not a thing I was ever prepared for.
No, that's fair. That.
So when I explained that, they still did not see my point and still tried to berate me a little.
That's just so pathetic.
Later on in that same time frame, I found out that person was like barely a manager for like a few months, and then they decided to then go work for Nike and actually say, "Hey, if you ever need somebody to," and so this boss wasn't very good. I felt like I could not joke with them in any form whatsoever. It was
Yeah,
terrible. They would take like every joke I said with 100% seriousness, but I would see them like take jokes from other people in a completely different, would take like jokes I would say in a
and then
serious way
actually,
from other people. It was terrible.
God.
It was, I had a horrible experience with this person, and I feel like it was pretty well known. And then they went, "Oh, hey, if you ever need somebody to like give you a shout out on like a resume or something, I hope you think of me."
Like,
And I'm
bitch,
like, why
no.
would you? Why would you be the first person?
Yeah, why would you think you would be? Why? Why?
I'm not gonna think of you first because you clearly didn't think about me.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? Something I found out but kind of realized is that
Hmm.
a few people at our warehouse. I don't know if this is probably a semi-normal thing. Is that oftentimes some people won't try to like befriend or acknowledge like some new hires. They'll just do their best to like assist them if a new hire needs assistance. But otherwise, they won't try to be on good terms or anything. I realize a really good example. So when I first started, one of our supervisors was a when I first met them, they were often very serious, didn't really weren't really someone who to crack a joke or like uh not exactly they would, from what I recollect, they'd take their job pretty seriously, but not like but not in a like very how I don't want to say friendly because that's not exactly the correct wording. A very uh I don't know. They would take their job very seriously, or at least think they would. And if something went wrong, or like wasn't exactly to plan, they'd do their best to try and make that plan work, or like make you the person do it.
Hmm.
But now that we've gotten to know each other and I've been at the workplace around, they're very comfortable around me. They're like, yeah, let's joke around, yeah, let's have some fun. I'll still help out and still help out be an employee and be a supervisor or be supervised and all that. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And then I had one of the new hires come up and I'm like, man, they're just so serious. Like, oh, I see. Okay.
That's how I feel about some managers. That's how I felt in the beginning. I felt like, oh, I have to be like I because of my bad history with managers, I just never really tried to open up. So I for a long time, and they even pointed this out, they're like, Riley, you don't really tend to say no. They actually pointed that out in my review because they were like, we noticed that you're not really telling anybody, you're not giving an opinion, you're just kind of always going along with whatever we want from you. We'd
Yeah.
like you to be able to say no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
actually something they like to drive
I was
home.
just telling them like, look, I'm just trying to like I'm still not like super adjusted to the workspace. I'm just trying to like kind of get into my own flow of things. That takes a bit more time for me. And what I really meant was I've had horrible managers, so I don't want to chance talking to the wrong person or saying no to the wrong person. I want to figure that out before I start opening my mouth.
Yeah. I understand that myself.
I personally just don't I don't trust especially my humor. I don't trust my humor around people I don't know either, but I also just don't.
You don't just
I'm
blurt
very
something out.
I'm incredibly distrustful of managers now because of my experiences with Target.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because I've basically been taught to be distrustful.
Yeah,
And I've also been taught to be a yes man. So that means that a lot of the time when I like because I definitely have like moments where I freeze up pretty big.
yeah,
And a lot of it is because I'm scared of backlash from managers.
yeah. Okay, that's fair.
But that was all stuff baked into me at Target.
Yeah,
I do not feel that way anymore. I
conveniently.
may still show signs of it, but I definitely don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. The workplace hasn't affected you in such a way.
Trust me, God, nothing can be as toxic.
Also, I like how it's kind of turned from like, oh yeah, no, we're playing Minecraft together, to like, oh wait, you're talking and you're farther away from me in the server than like we're spawning.
Look, we're just having a podcast essentially. We're doing our own
Yeah,
stuff.
we're doing podcasts now.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Because you know what? A chance to check our brains is a good thing.
Yeah. To a chat of or to viewers of no one, none, nada, zilch, zero.
Hmm.
The only viewer that's probably watching is myself because I'm the one broadcasting this shit.
I am also the only other person.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it's not like we're doing this for money at the moment.
Nope. Not yet. We're not at that stage yet. And when
We're
we
not at
are,
that we're not at that stage, but yeah,
eh.
we're not playing the big bombastic game, so unfortunately we don't got I don't got like quips to throw out.
Not playing the big games.
In the beninging.
In
In the beninging.
the big game,
Sir, the line is in the beginning. Oh, sorry. In the beninging.
What are you even quoting?
The beginning,
What are you I what are you talking about? What is the quote you're going? What meme are you quoting here?
So the quote is like, it's like when you try to get like a voice line out of Optimus Prime, but like the voice actor can't actually pronounce what you want.
Oh, in the beginning.
So it's like, imagine just Optimus Prime just like struggling to say in the beginning, but instead he just says in the beginning,
Uh,
in
uh,
the beginning,
oh yeah,
and it's to the
speaking of Optimus Prime, I found out that in the second season, Peter Cullen is voicing one of the characters.
Peter Cullen.
Yeah, Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus Prime.
I'm gonna admit something to you. I never actually knew the name of the guy who voiced Optimus Prime.
Oh, well, yeah, there we go. I think in one of the trailers they like did a dramatic like, yeah, here's all these
Eh,
voice actors, and it just keeps on slamming them in, and then the final one in a small text is Peter Cullen. It's like, damn, that's pretty cool, and it's just so weird. It's honestly so weird seeing the character and the voice and hearing the voice. Like, okay, that's
mhm.
interesting.
My favorite is like going to Universal and just watching the Megatron roast people.
Oh my god, I want to go go see that just so I could have a moment of that.
Just like, you are a terrible human.
You know what would be even funnier is if I came in like a cosplay of one of my characters.
You came in as like the $5 like uh the $5 Bumblebee outfit.
No.
Just like, I will stop you, Megatron.
Oh fuck.
I have the Allspark is on our side.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute up.
Do not worry, I'll provide commentary while you are gone. In the beginning, the beginning, in the the beginning, the hill, Beningen.
Okay, hi, I'm back.
Alrighty. I ran out of how many times I could say Beninging.
Random. Okay, I see.
That whole pause moment was literally just me going in inging.
In the beginning, there was this motherfucker.
In the beninging, there was fire.
Oh my god.
But
Eventually, yeah. Brain cells. What were you saying? Sorry, I was gonna say something and I was blanked immediately as I started saying it.
oh no, you're good. I was like blanking as I was trying to say something, which is the worst.
Same brain cells, apparently.
Oh yeah. We're playing tug of war with a brain cell right now. I'm pretty sure we're gonna split it into half. Amoeba rules don't apply here though.
So are you saying the brain cells we're using right now have split ends?
Yeah.
God damn, do I really need to go to a hairdresser for freaking brain cells? Is that seriously a thing I have to do now?
I mean, I think that's just called a brain surgeon, but okay. No, last time I checked, I don't think there's a cure for stupidity.
Last time I checked, I didn't think it was a clinically defined item on the agenda.
Hmm.
In the beginning,
I feel like I should get Spectrum Mobile so that way I can just have 2 layers of Spectrum.
eh? What? What do you mean?
I want to get Spectrum Wi-Fi so that way I can have 2 layers of Spectrum.
Okay then.
You know
Neat.
what I mean?
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm
I've
on the
never.
Spectrum, so I want Spectrum.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you'd have to explain that to me
Mm,
because I'm
but
also on a spectrum.
yeah, let's get it together, bro.
Oh yeah, you got a bed? Nice.
I have a bed. I'm
Yeah.
using it just to sleep.
Yeah, and if you've noticed, I set the sleep requirement to one person.
Oh my god, I didn't know that was a thing. I would have been searching so much easier.
Yeah, I haven't been able to make an actual bed.
Oh, oh, I just stole one from a village. We were
Yeah.
like right next to a village, man. I just stole it from them.
Yeah, no, I just been doing my own shit.
I just
Uh,
got back to the Sakura Blossoms after I died last time.
mm, you bitch,
And
why
that,
didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you tell me I could just do this? And okay, I'm gonna guess you're at the Sakura trees and they have bamboo around them as well.
they do.
That is a Terralith data pack specific biome.
Oh,
That is one of the data pack only ones. Cherry blossoms can like come, but they don't. But the bamboo's not normal.
oh yeah. Typically, these are in a different biome entirely, I believe.
Yeah. Eventually,
But
chat will see my perspective on the new biomes. Right now, I'm just trying to set up shop, an
oh yeah.
actual base over my little hole in a mound. Anyways, what were you saying?
So I'm
Take your time.
I was just about to start talking about Target again.
Okay.
I I'm
Are we
trying to. I feel like Target is what's stimulating the right part of my brain right now.
tired? Okay, just repeat target 5 times fast and see if that helps.
Target, 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 target.
Okay, now try to talk about something else without having to derail to previous thing.
So, have you ever owned a Samsung soundbar?
No, I've not. I've not owned a
So
soundbar.
soundbars, they're a little bit interesting of a speaker.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
surprised.
so depending on like if you get a Samsung one, like at Target per se.
Bitch, I'm trying to help you. And now you're the one cackling like a maniac.
Yeah, no, but there's an actual thing to this, I promise.
That freaking cat.
So, but so if you ever like get a soundbar, there are certain expectations that you need to have, and this is coming from the tech guy in me.
Okay.
So, and I've owned a couple of soundbars, and so if you buy a cheap soundbar, they're not going to have a lot of bass,
Okay.
which is like the obvious bit, because like most small speakers usually don't have a lot of bass. And
That's
the problem, well, some of them do. Depends. Like if you get like Bose is pretty good,
yeah. I think I
but
got my brother a Bose speaker and he loves it.
yeah. So like Bose are really good. They have a bunch. They have a great like range of everything. Like they're set pretty good from the get go. But like one of the problems with like a soundbar is that like there are so it's like it's an I would say it's an even more saturated market than the regular part of the speakers industry.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because soundbars are often used for like home audio and whatever. They try to make it a bombastic experience whenever
Yeah.
you're buying or getting a soundbar.
The specific part about it is though is that you need to have like a set expectation of your soundbar will not have a lot of bass.
Hmm.
Depending on the company you get it from, it will usually be tailored towards the gaming crowd or the PC crowd.
Yeah,
You can definitely get a cheap one and it may sound okay and it would be okay for basic things, but the expectation is that none of them are going to be really that great because the lack of bass usually just makes them kind of iffy. The
I'm
clarity
hearing
is
the
usually pretty.
BioShock now.
Oh yeah, but the clarity on them is usually pretty good.
Nice. I have a cat on my lap.
Mm.
They've not settled in yet.
But if you ever try to go for like a sound bar, you should probably get the ones that have like the um the subwoofer because
Yeah,
the subwoofer allows it to actually have bass and stuff like that.
something like
I have a subwoofer for mine, which is a Samsung soundbar, which I bought at Target
mm, fuck.
because I got it for like 120.
Hmm, yeah, or like the subwoofer I had to run with today at work. I didn't have to run with it. I just knew I was at a really far register. Like, yeah, no, I'll do some special delivery on this one.
Mhm. But yeah, those speakers, they usually lack bass, stuff like that. They're I definitely prefer soundbars though over most others because I feel like if you get the right software, like I used to use an open source one called like FX, and it
Okay.
would allow you to like fine tune like the levels, so to kind of just be an audiophile on those type of speakers, and it works out pretty well, especially giving like artificial bass and stuff like that. So they usually have like decent clarity, but the problem is that they lack certain other levels.
That makes sense.
And it's only once you're able to play around with them that they can become a bit better. They're definitely shouldn't be the things you go with long term. Like overall headsets are usually always better,
Yeah.
but I'm one of those people who likes to switch between uh headsets and speakers.
Okay. That makes sense.
So if I'm not talking to people, most likely I'm not wearing a headset.
Okay.
That or if I'm just trying to stay quiet.
Hmm. So, okay. Comment on the background noise that I don't hear too often. How often has Noah died, if at all?
Once
Once? Nice.
she's playing uneasy,
Oh. Well, hey,
but
hey, she's
she's
being a
having a
gamer
blast.
girl.
Oh, I said that earlier too. I
She's
told her
being a
before she's a
gamer girl
gremlin.
with
Hear
her
that, Noelle? You're a gremlin. She said cool.
Everyone's a gremlin to me half the time, so yeah. My chat,
Mhm.
if I have enough people chatting, I'm gonna not call them chat, I'm gonna call them gremlins. Cause gremlins. They're all gremlins. They're all small critters.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to just chop down this one tree and go from mining wood or chopping wood to breaking down stone so I can get some work on a base.
I didn't even realize that we've been playing for like over an hour.
Yeah, we've been playing an hour and a half. Well, because we're just playing more chill. We're playing doing some
Mm.
vibes.
Yeah.
think eventually I'll try to ask a couple friends who normally play Minecraft if they just want to join the server every now and then when I'm streaming, just so that like they can be doing something in the background. Have some maybe not always in call, but or on stream, but sometimes just like
Maybe you should join me for the Bedrock version of Minecraft because I have a few adventure maps on that one
yeah, maybe
that have like custom mechanics and stuff like that.
that could be something. That could be something. Meantime, I'm going to gather some of the wood I've been gathering. Um, and make a door, because I need to block off my house here and use the restroom. It's not necessarily a house, it's more just a, hey, I'm in a hole.
I have a temporary hole in the ground.
I'm in a hole and I'm not afraid to get to escape it.
I'm in a hole and I'm not afraid to use it.
Okay. So, enjoy the podcast chat of one. So, how's the podcast been?
Oh, it's been fine.
Nice.
Fine. Definitely not F tier. Great.
Don't worry,
I didn't say anything.
literally. Okay, cool. I have a hole. Okay, time to get to mining some freaking stone and deep slate and all that fucking shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, don't get excited. Don't get excited down there. Don't get excited. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. That's the wrong button. Time to mine out some stone and andesite.
Time to mine some stone.
Time to mine some stone before a stoned man walks in here.
Time to mine some stone before we get all into our little situation. God damn.
Ah, dearie, 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 dearie me. What shall
Mhm.
we do with ye?
Actually, back on to something we were kind of joking about earlier. Do
Mhm.
you have what did you think about the Captain Sparkle days?
Captain Sparkle Days. I actually liked I really did enjoy a lot of his music videos and a lot of the content he was making. I due to the state of mind and like because I was younger, I didn't really think too much about it, but Captain Sparkles was like what would you consider Captain Sparkles being like one of the founding Minecraft YouTubers?
Yeah, I would say he's pretty. I would say that's a
I'd say
pretty
that.
good way of looking at him.
Yeah.
Because when I think of Minecraft, he's like one of the first people I think of.
Yeah.
That or like one of the other people I think of, unfortunately his crew is like fallen on like his crew like fell fucking apart. But
Are Or think
I
about?
also think of Sky does Minecraft.
Yeah, yeah. I remember. I remember that boy.
I
Ah,
loved him back in the day.
yeah.
That was
I
great.
loved who he was. I loved the work he posted. I love the.
I remember when he went to Minecon and did a song.
That's funny.
Dude could dude was pretty talented.
Yeah, he had a
It's
couple
just
music videos
it's
himself.
I watched cuz for a while I wondered why he was like falling off. And I found a YouTuber who actually talked about him a little and was saying like one of the reasons he fell off was because of the fact that he like decided, "Oh, I want to try and like do more like uh not necessarily adult content, but just he wanted to start doing stuff like cursing again and things like that, keeping it
Yeah,
a little bit less PG."
yeah,
And as a result, that turned him away from his general audience, which was like children.
yeah,
So he lost a lot of viewership because of that.
yeah. And I,
Which it's like if you want to do what you want to do, I'm not gonna tell him like he lose because he didn't necessarily lose his whole career just because of that. Because he
I,
was still
I think,
he lost it because of like many more things.
yeah. From what I recollect, I think he was reported for something. He went to jail for something.
So that is actually some fake news stuff.
Hmm. Interesting.
So on my end, and I don't know how I thought this. It's just something that I don't know who told it to me, but originally I had heard from somewhere. I think this was back in the days of high school. I heard somehow that he was like involved in pedophilia or something like that,
Hmm.
and I heard that like for that reason he like was gonna get jail time or something, and then I found out that that was not him. That was Jim Bob.
Yeah, I know Jim Bob had something with that.
Yeah.
And it was just
So Jin Bop was actually going to meet a 14-year-old um who then told her parents about what was going on, and then it became a sting by the police.
that. Ooh, okay.
And it was later on discovered that and again, that's not none of that was the reason that Sky necessarily fell off. There was a bunch of other stuff involved, like the fact that his wife was cheating on him with actually a lot of his people who were in his crew.
Hmm. That would have been
And
bad.
yeah, it was that and his depression just kept seeping through into his videos, and it didn't help when he decided he wanted to do a bit more edgier content. So unfortunately, his depression just kept seeping through more and more. He
Yeah.
started like being more vocal about his depression, and it just started to like
Yeah,
not
his
feel the same.
yeah, when he decided to just stop posting his Minecraft content and then like later came back, I decided to just stay out of it and stop watching it because while I understand he was trying at the time, it didn't feel like it felt like he was trying to get back to something he could never get back to.
Yeah. In my case, I didn't hate anything like again, I never hated what he was doing. I always just took it as like, oh well, he's and I'm not saying that you're just saying that either, but like he's trying out different things because it was like in the era where like Minecraft was still popular,
But it wasn't
but
like the big thing.
I take it that like he had done so much of it though that it was draining. It
Yeah.
became more draining to do
It
anything about it.
Minecraft became a job over an enjoyment.
Because like at the time he started doing like Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, which was really popping off at the time. So I was like, oh okay, well if that's what he's capping on, then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell him he's wrong.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed some of the stuff he put out. He did some Happy Wheel stuff, if you remember that.
Yeah, I do remember him doing some Happy Wheels nonsense.
I loved Happy Wheels. So for like his other content, I was like all in. I was willing because I didn't necessarily hate the mainstream. I just it mainstream stuff never really focused all of my watch habits.
Yeah, it was.
So I stayed involved.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice half of the stuff that was the downfall of his career, and like a lot of it, and I think there was even a time where I'm not sure if it's still ongoing, but there was a time where he got like into an interview with Keemstar.
Hmm.
And it turns out that like, and don't quote me on this super hard, but I believe it was like something of him trying to get custody of his child
Oh.
because his wife or girlfriend at the time was just terrible and got custody, even though she cheated on him with like every one of his friends.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to leave such a bad legacy for his son.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Bitch
I
tried.
had I had thought that like, and I had thought for a long time that like he was the YouTuber that fell off like most other Minecraft YouTubers, which is kind of controversial to say, but it's like it's unfortunately kind of true.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, I I don't have a reason to say I dislike Sky. I
No.
still wish the days could be like the old days for the man, but
Yeah. I think really. I think Sky, unfortunately, it's probably when he was first started, because like if you saw the amount of content he made when Minecraft was first started and onward, you can tell that like it just was draining, or it was like repeats of the same thing over and over again, just because either it was interesting or because like YouTube's algorithm or whatever. And eventually,
yeah,
over time, when you do the same thing over and over again and constantly have to battle to like for something that you really shouldn't be battling for anymore, just becomes so draining and so tiring.
yeah. And one of the big problems is that he was fighting the algorithm a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But it's like there's all you could also say like stuff like the adpocalypse was also in effect during some of the time that he was like in, and
The,
like a bunch of other stuff. But it was like unfortunately his identity, at least for the audience he had at the time, was mainly Minecraft. So unfortunately he started like losing viewership for that reason. He started losing
yeah.
some because of the fact that he wanted to be a little bit more edgier, which I can all get it.
Yeah,
I can take that as the man has been restraining his real personality for a long time.
yeah.
So I can get exactly why he wanted to do that.
Yeah, he's
I
actually one of the reasons
I
why.
wish it didn't tank his career. I wish it didn't like tank his work essentially as much as it did, but
Yeah. He's
I still
actually
enjoyed the
one of the
portrayal.
reasons why I try to be more open and like more he's one of the examples of what you really should be doing for your content, your personality, and etc. Be
Yeah.
if you don't feel comfortable restraining yourself, don't restrain yourself. Be more
Yeah, because like for
open.
him, and I think this is kind of the same way for everybody. A lot of like what he struggled with depression was all just like because he had to almost be like he was during that point of like you could say that he needed to be the ideal like channel,
Yeah,
and that him showing flaws was kind of bad for his career.
yeah,
So unfortunately, he was sold to an audience that unfortunately could not accept the flaws that he had, especially when he needed like a ton of like mental support.
yeah. And it's unfortunate, but
It's unfortunate, but it's like if that like cuz when stuff happens like that nowadays, it's taken a lot better than I think it would have been like taken way back then,
yeah,
but it's just like oof. It's like if you started coming out about your depression or something like that, like back in those days, it was a lot harder for your audience to stick with you.
Yeah,
And I don't think that's necessarily a I think that that's just a societal mentality than it is like an individual thing.
yeah, because like again, back
It might also
then,
be some of the algorithm of YouTube's fault, but yeah.
huh? Okay, that's not what I want to be doing. I want to be using cobblestone for that. I did not. I don't know if this is a data pack thing or not, but I wonder if the data packs also modified some of the recipes, because I had one of the recipes try to make me use andesite for a pickaxe, a stone pickaxe. So I wonder if that's one of the things the data
Mm,
pack does, because that's not a normal recipe. It's usually
yeah, that's
cobblestone only.
definitely
It's cobblestone
yeah,
and
it's
used.
usually only cobblestone.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though. I guess like let's see if I can just grab 3 pieces of diorite.
Add uses to what is technically a just decorative only block.
Yeah, that'd be real cool if that's the case. Like, yeah, you can even use diorite. So that's kind of cool that the data pack does that. I didn't even know that was a thing, obviously.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess if you don't want to use just one, if you're planning on using multiple stones, but you just want to use like I guess stone pickaxes because that's cheaper to use over, and you're not over another material. You're not in a stage where like, oh yeah, I've got the best gear in the game in my server right now. It's like, yeah, no, you can do that. It's handy, really
Mhm.
handy.
Yeah.
Uh, so okay, just talked about Sketty's Minecraft as like one of the founding Minecrafters. Um,
Mhm.
do you know any current day Minecraft YouTubers that are that you think are interesting or you want to talk about? Or do we want to pay respects to one that has that passed away last year?
Oh, you talking about Technoblade?
Yeah,
Oh.
the boy.
Um, I think we should try to move it in a little bit more of a positive manner now,
That's perfectly fine.
because we did just talk about
We just talked a
Sky
little
and
bit
his
of
whole
childhood nonsense and Sky about with Skyder's Minecraft.
yeah. Like again, um, I will forever say that I love the old Skydas Minecraft. I'm sad about how everything has gone to this life, but
Yeah.
you know.
Respect to the
Anyway,
boy and his life.
yeah. But anyway, so the thing I want, I think, if I'm trying to think of like, I'm not sure how much he's in it still, but do you know Dan TDM?
Dan TDM. Oh my god. He's starting to pop up in my feed in like weird places every now and then.
I knew him for his mod reviews.
Yeah, I found him for his mod reviews as well, around his mod reviews as well. I didn't really watch too much of him. He was one of those like really well-known Minecraft YouTubers that was heavily focused on a young audience for me.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of what he was.
Yeah,
I d- is he still doing it, or is he like one of the ones that dropped off from
I have no idea. I think he's still posting things, but he's not like I think he's more broad.
it?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked into him in a while. Because I know one of the YouTubers he knew, Lizzie, uh,
Hmm.
is actually in a couple, has been popping up in a couple of series. Some of the Minecraft YouTubers I'm currently watching are in, which are a lot of Korean stuff. You know about Korean?
I don't.
How do you not know about Korean?
I don't, man.
He's like one of the
I exited the YouTube. I exited that scene of things when Sky Does Minecraft started like falling off.
okay, that's fair. Um,
So I didn't even know who Technoblade was for a while.
that is,
I only recently learned about who he was. I only learned about him after he died. I didn't know him for who he was alive.
oh, okay, that's
But
fair though.
everything I discovered of him was like, oh my god, this guy is great.
This guy is great. What the fuck happened?
So when I decided to re-enter the Minecraft scene, I looked into him a little, and I was like, oh, this guy is cool. But I only really know some certain old school ones.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, a lot of Minecraft YouTubers I'm watching are like, they know they're aimed for children, but they aren't like too afraid to like make minor jokes to more edgier content. And like, okay, I think what Minecraft content was back then was very much like young children based. But content today is more adult-ish children, more like teenagers.
Yeah, because the
And
thing, like how games have like kind of developed, they've games have like I think just games have become more of a like accepted like thing by society. Because I think for
yeah,
a long time it was hard, or it was harder for games to be accepted because of like some people deciding, oh, video games cause violence, because that's when like a lot of the Minecraft stuff was popular, was during that portion of time
yeah,
where like people were trying to protest, oh, the games cause violence. I'm like, no, bad people cause violence.
yeah. People who don't have honestly, people who don't play video games cause violence. People who
Yeah,
don't vent
because
out.
so there was an actual study done that the part when you play video games, you actually release some sort of like
A
you release
chemical.
like a chemical or something that is similar to the same kind of thing when you get angry
Hmm.
or something like that. And I think at first people looked at that and they went, "Oh, that means you must get like violent or something playing games." But the thing that was discovered was that it's almost more therapeutic
Yeah,
because of how it is.
yeah,
I could be butchering that entirely,
yeah. No, that's fine.
but because
I
again, I
personally
heard
don't
about
care.
that a long time ago. But the argument that like video games cause violence is just it's a really weak argument because you can
Yeah,
argue anything can cause violence.
yeah,
You can argue that a car causes violence because it gives people an outlet to have a new type of rage.
yeah,
It's also kind of like how, oh, technically smartphones actually created their own like phantom limb kind of thing.
oh yeah, oh boy.
I don't remember what the name is, but there's a specific thing around smartphones now where um you like the times where you think you have a notification or like you think your phone buzzed but it never did is a thing that only exists because phones exist.
I I want to argue no on that because there have been plenty of times in my life where like I felt like I got a notification in a sense of like I thought someone called me, like from the other room or something like that.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't say that is a solely um phone thing because that's 'cause-
The the syndrome itself, the syndrome relate him to like it being your phone, like thinking you got a text message or something. That bit, and it was argued a little bit by scientists and some shit like that. Again, I can't remember everything because it was a
It was a
long
weird.
time ago that I even
Yeah.
searched it up.
Yeah.
But specifically, there is like an actual syndrome that is specifically tailored to phones that technically didn't exist until like phones started becoming like an actual thing.
I mean, it's
Because the
not
syndrome didn't start this specific way the syndrome works didn't start. Let me see if I can look it up just
so you can
so I
provide
can give you a more accurate thing. Because I feel like my ability to not be accurate about it is making it
dwindling.
sound like something different.
That's fine.
That and I just think it's fascinating how we can create these kind of things for ourselves. Humanity causing their own problems.
Yeah, it's not like that's already a human trait. We cause our own problems. We are our own destroyers. When people say anarchists are bad, like, no, bitch, you are the reason they exist. I'm joking on that. I don't really associate myself with the anarchists.
There you go. Let's see. What is it? Hey, what was it? Um.
Is your article you were talking about non-existent right now?
Oh, okay. Here it is. Let's see. Discusses the phantom vibration syndrome. The phantom phone vibration syndrome occurs when a person thinks his or her phone is ringing or vibrating from a text message when it is actually not. So it is specifically that.
Hmm.
Is a syndrome specifically it's like a phantom pain syndrome where you think it can like what your phone can do to alert you that it's gone off, and therefore your body occasionally can play a trick on you that it did go off.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. When
And it's specifically a thing that wouldn't exist if phones didn't exist. It is from the research done on it. It is, and this was done by doing like a test in public schools.
that makes sense. Ah, I'm building this wrong. I know it. I'm not doing this right. I'm also not going off of any instructions, so how I could be building this correctly and I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just being too analytical of my own build choices.
Mm.
In a sense, that's more of like a instead of like a phantom limb syndrome, that's probably more considered like a phantom phone syndrome.
Yeah, it's considered a phantom phone syndrome. I just couldn't remember what There's an actual term for it, but I couldn't remember if it was like phantom phone. All I knew is that like when I got like told about it like in high school by my health teacher, he specifically said that it's kind of similar to how to like phantom pain in the fact that your body is tricking you to think something is happening.
Yeah.
And then there's the terrifying shit like phantom pain from a missing limb or something, which oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's a weird thought. It makes sense, but it's a weird thought.
I actually was watching like a YouTube short at one point back when they were first coming around, and one of the shorts was actually like a paraplegic woman who was talking about how, oh yeah, I randomly get the phantom pains just randomly happen, and she was she knew that like one was gonna occur, so she decided to record it and to kind of demonstrate to people like what happens,
Hmm,
and it was a lot of like her leg shaking uncontrollably, kind of like she was having a Charlie horse.
that's oh god, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody who'd like envy something like that, but like,
What if that becomes a new kind of like threat? Like, I hope your leg Charlie horses.
no, no. Oh my god.
Not specifically geared towards paraplegics, mind you. Specifically geared towards anyone. Like,
Mm,
because even then, Charlie horses themselves are random.
yeah.
I actually found out. I didn't know this because I don't know why I didn't know this, but I didn't realize Charlie horses happen more because of a lack of potassium.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I didn't eat enough banana, so I didn't have enough something in my body.
Bitch, I never eat bananas.
Yeah, I didn't have enough of the potassium, so I used to have like Charlie horses like all the time.
Huh.
It was to such a degree that I got so accustomed to it that I could almost ignore it. Because the first time it happened, I like I couldn't. Well, the first time it happened, um, when I started having the deficiency, it was a much more painful and like drawn out Charlie horse. So it was I just kind of like woke up screaming
Yeah.
because of how just like unexpected it happened. But I later on found out that you can stretch out a Charlie horse.
Hmm.
So yeah, just performing like at least on your leg, if you just stretch your legs in a certain way, you can actually work out a Charlie horse.
Hmm.
So much of this is common knowledge, and I can't believe that it evaded my eyes for so long.
That it evaded your brain cells, you mean?
Oh yeah. 'Cause, I mean, if you try to look up anything on the internet nowadays, like, oh, how do I get rid of Charlie horse? It's like, how do you dissect cancer?
Yeah, no, that's not too surprising.
Because the problem is that like I was once like sick with something and I couldn't identify it was like the flu or a cough or if I was getting sick or if it was something like that. And I just tried to look up my symptoms and I realized that I am terrible at trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah, my whenever like I get sick, my parents are like, "Oh man, like, oh, that sounds like this, that sounds like that." Like, miss, I don't know what the heck I'm feeling.
And then if
I
you look
just
it up on the
know.
internet, it's always like
Oh, you're
something related to cancer
or
or
oh, you're
muscle
dying.
degeneration.
Or, oh, you're dying.
Sorry, your leg has necrosis. You're going to die.
Oh my god. Like,
That was actually something that happened in my family.
oh, I'm sorry.
One of the people in my family, it was my great grandmother. She lived a long time. She she actually had like necrosis in her leg.
That's
And
annoying.
um do you know how necrosis works?
Nope. I'm not gonna
So
pretend to.
essentially so I'm not going to pretend like I understand everything about it either. It's uh it's kind of like if there's like if you get like oh my god. It's kind of like something in your body is like rotting and
Oh.
it's kind of like poisoning the rest of your leg.
Oh.
So something in her leg was doing that, and it meant that they had to actually take off like a portion of her leg.
Mm.
And this shit can spread really fast. So it can kind of be you need to catch it early or else it can get really bad.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see the reasoning
Yeah.
behind that.
So when she later on got told that it didn't work and that they would need to cut off more just to actually like, because before they just took it off to I think like her calf, and then they said they need to take off the entire.
Oh,
And
fuck.
so she just decided that no, if this is how, if they need to do it more than once, then she's basically just going to accept death.
Except death in open arms. That is
Oh yeah.
that is one of those things
She
where
she
it's like,
just took it as if it didn't work the first time, then it must be my time.
yeah. There's also the situation where um, what is the livability of said thing? Like, is
Mhm.
it worth it to do this procedure, or will they just, or was it bet, or should I do a more merciful route and just let them pass?
Yeah. I think in her case, it was just like she probably would have still lived a lot. She probably would have continued living if it had worked out fine,
Yeah,
but she probably still would have lived a good few years. But yeah, I understand the mentality of like, if this treatment I'm supposed to get, like, for this kind of like dire of a thing doesn't work, then I'm just going to accept it because I don't want to just keep giving up parts of my body in the hope that maybe this time it'll work.
yeah. God, this is a sad stream. This is a really sad stream.
What?
And this is, and and I've barely said anything. God damn.
This is what happens when you allow me to wander with my thoughts.
Oh my god.
I'm just talking about my family members, man.
Yeah,
You
I'm
want to
just like
you
reflecting on.
want to I
I just,
mean, they like even though like yeah, they had some sad deaths and stuff like that. It's like at the end of the day, they still enjoyed their lives a whole lot. So to me, it's not sad. It's just like no,
yeah, but like at the
that
end
was
of,
just how the cards fell.
yeah, but still at the end of the day, it's like, God damn, this is depressing. I'm just thinking, like at the end of the day, bitch, dude, what the
At
fuck?
the end of the day, stop trying to make this sound better.
I mean, like, I'll just increase how depressing this is. I've had like 3 family members die this year, and a whole bunch of nonsense. I think I
I
even
actually,
talked
yeah,
about it
you
last
told
year.
me a little bit about that.
Yeah, 3 family members. I had a brother who nearly died in a fire. I had a cat die this year. I almost didn't have a second niece. Um, Yeah, no, I had some bullshit happen this year.
I had so I actually found out from my family that there was a good that I had at least 5 family members uh who got cancer the same year.
Fucking hell.
They all got cancer the same year. One of them actually got it multiple times. She had breast cancer multiple times while trying to have a child specifically.
Fucking hell, man.
And at a certain point she just gave up because she was like, I don't want to go through that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Changed her personality and everything. It was bad. But it was also that, and not this year, but I would say like beginning of 2020. So imagine it. So imagine that
Oh.
everything is
Oh.
horrible. Or I say
Oh.
end of 2019. End of 2019, like on Halloween, I got told one of my family members died.
On Halloween. Oh. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Man.
my grandpa died Halloween. My other grandpa died on 4th of July.
One hell of a way to go.
Oh yeah. Well, he actually passed away in his sleep, so nobody even got. Because the hospital said that he had 2 weeks left, but apparently the morphine they gave him was enough for him to slip on.
Mm.
So nobody got to say goodbyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
And that was kind of the same thing with my grandpa, except it was kind of more morbid than my dad wanted to tell me at first,
Mm.
because it was weird. So the people who found him were not my dad at first. It was like two of the coworkers for their company at the time. And my dad described them as, oh god, how can I describe this in a way that doesn't sound absolutely terrible? Um let
Take
oh
time.
man.
Take time.
I'm trying. This isn't bringing up hard emotions in me at the moment
No,
because I've had
I'm
time to
still,
process it for like
dude,
I've had
dude,
time to
dude, dude,
process
dude,
it for like
dude, 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 dude. I'm
mhm.
telling you, take your time because you're finding words and it's taking you a bit to find the words. So,
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna describe it like this because I can't really find the words, so we're gonna finish it with a few sentences. And I need it to be understood that I doubt these people thought about it like this. But it is unfortunately the only way I can describe how the people who found my grandpa, who hung himself, this is like the only descriptor I have. And my dad said it was really morbid because of the fact that they seemed almost a little entertained by finding him. They
huh,
describe the only way I can describe it is kind of how Logan Paul.
I know shit about that because I never looked into that.
He found a bot. He found so he went to the suicide forest in Japan, and he recorded a body on stream. Because the suicide forest in Japan is well known for being a place where people just go to hang themselves.
Fun times.
And he didn't really stop recording what he was doing, and he posted it to YouTube, showing the body. It wasn't very appropriate.
My man has no brain cells.
None. But yeah, so it was kind of that situation of they couldn't really believe it, but there was like it was just it was really morbid how they had kind of like almost been emotionless to it in the way that they should have been.
Yeah.
And I can understand that my dad was probably feeling way more emotions towards it than they were. so I can understand if that was different. But the way he described it sounded very similar to how some people were like the carelessness of like Logan Paul when he found that body.
Yeah.
But but yeah.
And less like, oh no, oh dear, this person's dead. Is like, oh fuck, this man dead.
Yeah, like I think in like the video that Logan Paul had, it was like, dude, I, I think I saw a dead body. It was something along those lines. Either way, it was a rough time.
Yeah.
But it was weird. The weird part is that like, and this put me on like weird terms with my family for a while, was the fact that nobody wanted to tell me. Um, well, my dad told me what was going on with it, but there were certain family members who were like, the moment he disappeared, a lot of my family started to fall apart. So like family members who were extremely selfish or things like that, all of their like real personalities started to come out when he died. Because my family realized, or certain parts of it realized, that he was a buffer for a lot of the bad stuff of the family.
That made sense.
So unfortunately, when he passed, there was no buffer for anybody, including my grandma.
Mm.
And fights that had gone on between them and my family about reasons for why he may have died. I was never allowed to find out until way later because nobody wanted to tell me, saying I should form my own opinion. But then nobody wanted to tell me, so I couldn't form my own opinion.
Yeah, no, that's always so tiring to think about when like, oh yeah, no, this thing happened and we don't want you to talk about it.
Yeah, so like later on, I only found out because of a family member who thought that I would have been told by this point. So they spilled the beans because they thought somebody would have told me already.
Yeah.
And I found out one of the reasons he possibly could have died was because he asked my grandmother if suicide was covered on the life insurance policy.
Eh. That okay then. That's
And apparently, when he asked her that, she actually looked up the information and gave it to him, and then didn't acknowledge it further.
yeah, that's just another case of why is that's another case of people don't often think about men's mental health and just yeah, and then we have stuff like that that happens.
Oh yeah.
It's a really unfortunate thing that like often people overlook men's
Hmm.
mental health in general. And it, and I know like people have probably talked about it over and over again, but it's such a it's
Yeah,
such a
men's mental health is just a really weird spot.
yeah,
It's kind of it's it's gotten a bit better, but it's rough.
yeah,
It absolutely is a bit rough just because of like there's always been like it's all sort of that like standard that was created like I would say like hundreds of years ago.
yeah,
And like the standard like we all know the one with like women where it's like oh you need to like the joking one you could say is like oh you need to be in the kitchen or something like that.
yeah.
And then the other one is like oh the man needs to be emotionless, they need to be strong,
They
they need
need to
to
be the
provide.
stoic, and they need to be the stoic person, while the woman needs to be the caring
Yeah.
individual.
Oh my god, I actually forgot about I forgot about this. I always forget about it until we have until I get to have talks like these. But there was a woman and I believe she did this investigation because she could pass as a guy. She actually went and registered as a male to do like research on like the workplace of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
So she joined a company registering as a male and was trying to like research men's mental health as a male and like how they are treated in the workplace.
Yeah.
And after she had finished the investigation, it was discovered that she had killed herself not long after.
Fuck.
So, and I'm leaving out so much because this was also a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's like, for me, when I found out about all that, that was like a big eye opener for me about how I should treat mental health.
Yeah.
Because in reality, it's not just men, it's everybody.
Yeah.
Because the stereotypes are hard either way, but it's like, it's rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mental health is important. Don't neglect it.
Don't be
Don't.
don't be that person who's like, yeah, I'm a go-lucky guy. I don't think anything will beat me, and then a rock hits you like, fuck.
There's a reason why they say the joking ones, the class clowns are the most depressed ones.
Yep. Yep.
Trust me. Look after yourself. Do good for yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's part of the reason why I talked to our good buddy Jimmy the other day. I was like, God, and apologizing, like, hey, at the end of the day, it was all in a good fun. I do care about you, just to make sure that you actually recognize that we cared. At least
Mhm.
me, that I cared.
I mean, that goes a long way.
Yeah,
The simple stuff like affect like for everybody. The simple stuff like affects so much.
yeah. I mean, like one thing I always try to do is I always try to acknowledge someone's in the room. Like that's such a big thing for me personally, because one time, because a lot of time in high school with just an old friend group, I would always make sure to appear, say hi, acknowledge everybody, check in, and then no one and but if they showed up uh to the usual meeting spot or something, then no one would say hi, no one would check in, no one would say hey how you doing or anything. And yeah, and eventually it got to a point where like I heard that like some of the group did something and I was not invited, and like I thought I was part of the group.
Mhm.
And eventually got to a point where it was like I'm just someone they just keep around because I just come around and they don't really care if I do or not.
Mhm.
And that was one
So
of
you were
those.
considered more of like the walk-in friend.
Yeah, I was more of the walk-in friend when I was one of the people that met one of the primary one of the favorite that like met one of the favorited people. So it's just like damn. And I eventually just moved away from that group, and yeah. And I forever remembered that, like, to always acknowledge somebody, to always respect when someone appears or walks in a room. So when I
Mhm.
say hi or just look your general direction and nod or something, that is me putting that into practice.
Yeah, that's you showing the person's worth essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me I had a few I God, I have stories. I have stories if we go to high school.
Yeah. I I've actually made some. I'm gonna try and do a little bit of outro nonsense because it's 11:51 right now, and I have to do a thing or two before I head to bed. But
Oh
if you
yeah.
want to check my stream and see the nonsense I've been up to,
Sorry, stream that we have been depressing today. But it's good to
yeah,
get these things out in the open every now and again. Unfortunately, Minecraft is just one of those rare outlets where you can talk about almost anything.
and
Or at least that's how it is for me. For me, Minecraft is almost like a therapy session.
it is though. It is. But yeah, I'm showing off the progress I've been doing on my house, and I've made a very big foundation out of this mound.
Mhm.
Is a very big foundation because yeah, here's the little house, the little starter house, and then there's a freaking
Are you gonna turn that into like a cellar?
I don't know, maybe who knows, and then I'm gonna try and work the house up from here. I want to figure out what I want to do for the walls. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna
You
do
could
something.
do you could do stone. What is it?
Are you talking about cobblestone,
What?
stone bricks?
Stone bricks.
Stone bricks? Yeah, I was thinking about stone bricks, but I need to set up a smelting system. And this is all the coal I have to my name. So I'm gonna have to venture out to find
I
some
mean,
sort of.
if you make brick, if you can just make like a couple of bricks of like coal blocks, then you can basically get like the effectiveness of one lava,
Yeah,
and that lasts for goddamn ever.
yeah. That is something I should do next time we decide to get on this.
Yeah, and
Where
hopefully we have more pleasant things to say. We should definitely not be
we
allowed
should
to do this alone.
yeah, we shouldn't be allowed to play Minecraft by ourselves or do a
Mhm.
casual stream like this by ourselves. So,
I mean, realism is always liked every now and again.
yeah. So, whoever decided to listen in on this nonsense and watch this nonsense,
Oh, we got raided.
we just got fucking raided at the end of the stream. Hi.
Yeah. So if you happen, by the way, people, if you happen to watch this stream at all from its beginning, you'll realize we got onto we treated this like a therapy session.
Oh my fucking
So I
god.
hope the three people who join enjoy the therapy session we had. Because unfortunately, Minecraft for us basically just turned into therapy.
that was
This is the depressing stream.
that was the best. That was the absolute best way to end this stream after all
Yeah,
that.
you gave us a good note to land on. So round of
Oh
applause
my
for everybody.
god. Thank
You
you.
good note. Round of applause. Give a round of applause for yourselves. I want to see those
Oh.
clap emojis. You better do them. I'm
Oh.
watching. You better start.
Oh my god. Okay, well thanks Dan for doing that. You're a legend in that regard.
Ah, they're starping. They're doing it.
Oh man. Um well, leave a
They're spamming now.
yep. Yep, there we go. Well, leave a follow if you enjoyed this brief moment of the end of the stream. And check out the Discord for when we decide to post the therapy session.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna do AC6 next.
We're gonna do Armored Core next time? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing Armor Core next time. I want to
Okay.
be the little devil on your shoulder.
Okay. Okay. Uh you guys enjoy the end of the stream. I'm going to shut this off.
Goodbye.
So bye bye.
Bye. I don't have anything. He didn't give me a script. He was supposed to give me a script before he left. He wasn't. He was not thinking about this very well. All right. F tier streamer. You heard it. F tier. When you get back, you should be known. F tier. like Danny DeVito's body. F tier. I will leave it at that. If he overhears me calling him F tier, I will forever hold my peace.